But as you're coming down the river and you transition from the residential and then the city's getting bigger in your eyes, isn't that an amazing combination? And it's such a, now with this connectivity of this river walk, it really is promoting the active waterfront. I could walk to work, which I will. I actually ride my bike on a regular basis down here. This is Stetson Law School, so we've got a lot of urban infill. And if the tower that you see poking through the trees is about to disappear behind the pine trees. It's a tan color. That's a senior living facility, also sponsored by the city, city Tampa Housing Authority. And then between here is a commercial district that is seeing a lot of redevelopment. There's actually an old movie theater called the Rialto. And the Rialto has actually been turned into an event space, and it's absolutely beautiful with all like brand new LED lighting inside, but all the original stage parapets and all of the original seating and stuff like that is still there. So it's quite a reimagined use. That's called Franklin Street, and it's between two one-ways, and it's a great commercial district. If anybody's into beer, there's a great beer place there too. That's called Hidden Springs. That's what you might find me there Monday through Friday. Sunday. Great local beer place. Formerly in a commercial industrial warehouse, turned into a beer tasting room and brewery. A lot of interesting developments going on in that area. So I currently live where that building, the urban development, senior living. I live on the other side of that building. So I live in that core, the residential. It's only about a half mile from downtown and another mile from where we started with the Tampa History Center. So I'm very proud of my city. The 275 interchange in downtown is 1950s Ford design. It is not scaled correctly for handling the volume. If we get a special event down here, we have a lot of congestion issues. So DOT correctly, I'll give DOT credit here, they are re-envisioning this interchange to actually help with the connectivity with the city. Good question. The question was, what is the pedestrian and bicycle connectivity in and out of downtown? The answer is good, both up in north and south and east and west. And what you're seeing is a lot of the one-way streets that have been put in the 80s are being undone, turned into two-way traffic, single lane with a dedicated bike lane protected by a curb. You see that in several places. If you go to Kersixon, there's several of those examples right there. So as we're coming back into the urban core, I really wanted to point out the connectivity of the walkways. You see a lot of some of the art installations. Somebody asked me earlier who put those in. That's Friends of the Riverwalk. They commissioned those artists. That stainless steel gate, polished stainless steel gate, was done by the Friends of the Riverwalk. This boat rental, that started a year ago. You can get in a boat and you can drive up the river just as we did. Not that Captain Robert isn't a good captain, but you can be your own captain. That is that's a third waterfront rental business that's opened up in the last 2 years. That's a sure sign that people are interested in the waterfront. See the installations, the active installations. There's a term for that. I just can't remember what it is. It's swing, yeah. The swings there, the installations of this use. I mean, it's amazing. You can come if you're having lunch. You just want to get away. Sit down, go for a swing. Has anybody been to Charleston, downtown Charleston? That's where the swings in Charleston. That reminds me of that. I spent 8 years in Charleston, so it's a place close to my heart. So in this, you can see they're starting to cut the capping beam on the seawall there. A lot of active works. It's a lot of work that they're doing in this area to get it to be a much more used facility. So what I really am, one of the particular things we're proud of is this is our convention. This is our Performing Arts Center, and I want to start talking about the Curtis Dixon Park. That is probably one of the, what I talked about earlier, that really turned around people looking at the water instead of ignoring the water. That used to be our convention center. It's about 25. We had the convention center you see now, and we had Curtis Dixon, which is basically vacant. And that structure was there through 2008. And it was finally demolished. We kept the parking garage, but and you'll see evidence of how they kind of disrespected the river. They ignored the river when they did that parking garage too. When they converted it, made the decision to convert it into a park, they really gave the city a gathering point, a centralized gathering point. And you can see the way it is. There's several festivals coming up. The Gasparilla Music Festival called GMF. That's usually the first week of March. And it's like an Austin City Limits. There's 8 stages going on at the same time, different venues. Hi, everybody. And there's very, very much a core feel when those festivals are in town. Everybody's going in and out of there. If you watched the national championship game for football, college football, very good. They took over the park, and that's where Flo Rida played, Usher, and a couple other people played. And they had a big stage set up. It's really well done. Hats off to the convention authority and the sport agency that has control of Raymond James Stadium. If anybody is curious, Raymond James Stadium, you can see it clear over just a bit ways, but it's just there. You might be able to see the flashing lights on top of it at night, but you can see them from Eulalie anyway. But it's just that way. The Stadium Authority, that was the one I was looking for. So as we're coming up on this, so this is the conventions. This is the Performing Arts Center. Very proud of it. Straz has always got incredible shows for us to go visit and walk to.